Yo, 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 my dope people, what is good? Man, coming to y'all with a phenomenal video today, more than likely. Today, I'm going to talk about a couple things, right? But before I get into that, take a deep breath with me so we can become present because you know it's a gift. So it's time to unwrap it and see what's coming out. You already know. It's time to see what the gift is. All right, man. You already know. Happy hump day to my dope people out there, man. Sending y'all positive vibes, sending y'all mad love, good energy, etc., etc. First of all, I really didn't necessarily plan on doing this video. The last couple of days, I was thinking I want to do a video, but I'm starting to become more patient and know when I'm intuitively led to make the video. So I'm just learning more about my intuition and learning more about like how to properly follow that intuition and practical steps associated with that. But with that being said, what I'm gonna do today, I'm going to talk about what am I going to talk about? To be honest with you, I know for a fact I'm talking about emotions, emotional intelligence. What is it? I'm talking about somewhat of the moon. I'm gonna touch on the moon, and I'm going to touch on. I'm gonna pull a moon card from a Moonology Oracle deck because we have a new moon coming up. Because that's really what I'm going to talk about, right? So, number one, what even led me to make this video, right? Number one, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably going to start with emotional. Let me start with emotional intelligence. But first of all, today, man, I could tell like I woke up today in a very emotional state, and I think mostly it's because I'm going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through a lot of changes, really at the foundational level, and I don't really talk about it too much, but I'm definitely going through a lot of changes. You feel me? I mean, I think that's pretty obvious for the people who know me, but at the end of the day, it's for a good cause, and I mean, I just do nothing but send positive energy, so I know it's a good thing happening to me and for me. But also, with that being said, I woke up today in an emotional state. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went and see my daughter yesterday. She really missed me. I could tell just how she interacts with me. I'm teaching her how to meditate and things along those lines, man. Making sure she has positive thoughts. So I don't necessarily know why I woke up in an emotional state because I was definitely happy yesterday. Yesterday was also my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So thanking the universe, divine source, creator, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm thanking that source for another astrological return, man. I feel extremely grateful for that, because there's people who haven't had that that luxury. You know what I'm saying? So I'm extremely grateful for that, and I wanted to see my daughter on my birthday nonetheless. And today, man, I just woke up in an emotional state, man, because I woke up like early in the morning studying, man. I study a lot of things, man. Another thing I'm getting on human design too. That's another thing. I don't know if I want to do it in this video because I don't want to make it too long and I don't want to go into too many different topics. But it depends. But with that being said, yeah, man, I woke up emotional today. It's probably like the last lingering energy from the full moon that was last week on Tuesday. And more than likely that's what it was. I was probably releasing a lot of emotions, and it's not necessarily easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Because you have a lot of energies attached to you throughout the lunar cycle, and I care a lot about people. I care a lot about my life. You know what I'm saying, my success, and I can't just turn that on and off. You feel me? And I learned a lot about the. I'm learning a lot about astrology. It's a lot deeper than what people think. It's not just your sun sign and this is your trait attached to the sun sign. It's way more than that. You have so many different energies associated with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, your sun sign is an extreme. It's an extreme sign. Like it's a big energy for you. Like I'm not taking anything away from that. It is. I am a Taurus sun, and in Vedic, I'm a different sun. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying, for now. But I really resonate with the Taurus sun because I care a lot about people, even sometimes to my own detriment. You feel me? But I'm learning not to do that and choose myself more. Some people may call it selfish, but there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I'm going to be honest, man. Like a lot of people, they make it seem like a bad thing to be selfish. But how many times have think about it, how many times have we seen people like in a bad state before they leave this planet, or when they get older, all we hear them say is, I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have chose myself more. I'm not trying to get to that point and make that change before I made that change already. I'm making that change right now. You feel me? And that's just what it is. You feel me? The only person that I'll really sacrifice anything for is my daughter. That's really, really it. I mean, now I don't mean that in a sense of like I won't help people out and I won't, like, y'all already know. I rock with people. If I rock with you, I rock with you. I'm there with you through thick and thin. You feel me? Like, my best friends know what time it is. The people closest to me, they know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got to be selfish too, because we only have, one life, and it's a short thing. So I really want to make most of this experience while I'm here. And if people want to call me selfish, then oh well, so be it. But with that being said, yeah, man, I woke up in an emotional state, and what I did was I went for a walk. And when I was going for my walk, I seen the moon in the sky. It's daytime, you know what I'm saying? I seen the day moon, and it's literally called a day moon. And the day moon is a magical thing, man, because it's the time to where it's like the opposite. The moon is setting during the day. It's attached to the lunar cycles. And I'm going to figure out how to explain it properly because I'm still learning the lunar cycles. Again, most of the time when I'm talking about the lunar cycles, I'm speaking on mostly the new moon and the full moon. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a cycle in between it, which is the waning cycle and the waxing cycle, waxing crescent and all that stuff. I'm still learning that. And before I really speak on it, I want to make sure that I just have a good grasp of what it is. So I don't want to get up here just telling y'all anything. That's not really my thing. But for now, I'm sticking to the day moon, or not the day moon, the full moon and the new moon. That's like the cycles that I'm sticking to for now. And like I said, I looked up in the sky on my walk, you know what I'm saying, and I seen the moon. And I'm like, oh, it's a day moon. So I know some magical stuff is about to happen. And it's magical because we don't see, it. Think about it. The moon is brightest at night. It illuminates the night, the subconscious, right? But when you see it in the daytime, there's something special about it. You're seeing the moon during the day at the same time the sun is up. Like, that's a magical thing. And it's a metaphor, really. But with that being said, man, yes, new moon coming up. And new moon coming up in the sign of, now again, this is where, like, I study Vedic astrology and Western tropical. So in Western tropical, let me bring it up for y'all real quick. Give me 1 second. Y'all. One second. I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. So yeah, it's a new moon in, is this the new moon in Pisces? No, hold on. May 7th, gotta be, Aries, because we had okay. So there's a new moon in Aries on May 7th. And this is basically, from a lunar perspective, the literal start of the lunar cycle of the new year. You know what I'm saying? In a way, we already started it basically because the sun went in Aries. That's when the new year really starts, if you want me to be honest. But the new moon in Aries is a cardinal sign. It's the first sign in the zodiac, so it initiates the cycle. You know what I'm saying? And it's initiating the lunar cycle for us. Now, new moons are really good for setting your intentions. It's really good for setting your goals. So I always tell people during the new moon, I would journal. And you can honestly journal for both the new moon and the full moon. It's just for your intent for the two is different. Your intent for journaling during the new moon should be what you are desiring to manifest. Now, again, when it comes to manifesting, the first step is not action. That is the second step. The first step is intention. What is the intention on what you are manifesting? That means everything, because you can't be wanting to manifest things just to, just to have negative intentions for it, because the universe is not going to give you that. But if you have positive intentions, again, you could be selfish, but again, nothing's wrong with that. Just make sure you have good intentions with what you are manifesting. So it starts with intent, then it starts with action. Now, with that being said, let me get into the word action, because I'm learning a lot about the brain. I'm pretty sure if you follow me on IG, I'll make sure I put all my links and things. I'll put my link tree in my description box, so it has the links to all my socials. And I'm talking about action doesn't need to be necessarily a physical step. So like for example, if I want to play golf, right? That doesn't mean I need to go out and practice that day. The action would be either to journal about it, you can daydream about it, you can, go watch some YouTube videos about, about different, different things and learning about golf. Just as an example, it could be anything, but I'm just using that as an example because the action is putting the brain to use in regards to what you are actually manifesting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, at some point, you're going to have to do something physically involved in that. You can't skip that part, but it's going to be a lot easier, right? Or a lot more simple if you're using your brain power correctly. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, for example, let me give y'all an example, right? When I used to play flag football in Charleston, I was usually only playing wide receiver. I was playing a little bit of corner, but then they was like, man, we want you to play corner. So I'm like, I bet. So what I did was I was on YouTube. And again, this was before I even knew all of this information. This was before I even had my like spiritual thing, spiritual journey stuff, all of that. So this is just a good example because it's prior to the fact, right? So I would go to YouTube and I would bring up like Deion Sanders videos, or I would bring up like different videos on techniques, Darrell Reeves, things along those lines. And I would see what they would do to strategically and tactically be better, especially when it comes to the fundamentals. We know when it comes to sports and really anything, a lot of the people who are really great at it understand, they master the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying, on a lot of different athletes, different drills I can do. And I would do them sits, you know what I'm saying, in my backyard, or I would go to the field. Shout out to my boy Rich. Me and him used to do a lot of, wind sprints, you know what I'm saying? We used to do ladder runs or ladder drills. We used to run up bleachers at CSU and things along those lines. So those are action steps. You know what I'm saying? You don't physically have to do it yet, but you can, use that brain processing power and look at things, and your brain is going to create those neurological pathways. And when it does that, it's going to, it takes a while for that pathway to develop. That's where we get into neuroplasticity, which is, I think it's called melanation or myelination. And then the second step is, I want to say it's called the synaptic connection. And the third one is called neurogenesis. But again, those are different subjects to where I'm not getting into yet because I really don't want to get into those different topics in one video. It's just too much. But those are ways you can take action. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to learn poetry, if you want to learn whatever, just again, start dreaming about it more, start looking up YouTube videos, use your resources and just visualize yourself doing it, which is daydreaming. That's a form of manifesting. And that's step one. You know what I'm saying? So for new moons, set your intention on what you want to manifest, and the full moon in that same sign about, I want to say 6 months later, is going to illuminate. It's going to illuminate that the solutions and the subconscious realm of the things that you were intentionally manifesting, even unintentionally, because the subconscious is your unconscious programming. But again, it's the same subject, but that can be a whole video in itself. So yes, new moon coming up in Aries. Highly recommend journaling, daydreaming, manifesting, visualize things, etc., etc. What else did I want to get into? There was something else I wanted to get into, y'all. With that being said, emotional intelligence. I'll pull the moon card in a second. So this is the thing, right? Emotional intelligence, when you really think about it, it's like, it really goes into how the English language, in a way, is manipulated, or there's so many aspects to the English language, right? Now, I'm going to use emotion, for example. Think about it. It's called emotion, but you're saying the letter first, then you're saying a whole different word. So, like, if you split off the E, put like a little dash or a tack in between it, then motion, then it probably changes your perspective of what emotion is. Because the E is energy. It stands for energy. You know what I'm saying? And emotion is energy in motion. So, of course, at times you're going to have heightened emotions. That's normal. But emotional intelligence is understanding like why you are triggered And when you feel those triggers, when you feel the indicator of those triggers, you don't need to react to it. You can give it time to, you know what I'm saying, for the energy to move, because again, emotion is just energy. You can control the energy. You don't have to let it control you. Again, emotion is not something you cannot control. You can control your emotion. Sometimes it may be more difficult than than others, which is fine. But again, that's where the emotional intelligence comes from, and that's where the emotional intelligence training comes from. So break off the E. Understand that it's two separate words. It's kind of like the word a lot. Think about it. I will never forget. I forgot my teacher's name. I went to Oderdice Middle School in Pittsburgh, or Oderdice High School. Shout out to my Dice gang, '06. You already know. And I forgot the teacher's name, man. It was my English teacher. I think it started with an M. I can't remember. But I'll never forget. For some reason, it's always stuck with me. But I used to spell a lot as in one word, A-L-O-T. But she told me one day, she was like, everyone, a lot is two words. You know what I'm saying? You split the A and then it's L-O-T. You know what I'm saying? So look at energy, or look at emotion from that same lens. You take the E, you take it off, and then it's motion. So then you understand that, again, emotions is just energy, a strong energy in motion throughout your body. So when you feel a trigger, don't react to it. This is where you can use breathing techniques through the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is like a highway between your brain and your heart, right? When you understand that when you breathe, you are calming the vagus nerve down, which will calm your nerves in regards to you reacting to any type of situation. That is like a practical step on how you can better manage and control your emotions, okay? So that is emotional intelligence. It's understanding it's just energy, and how you don't have to react to it. You can respond to it. And honestly, it's a very, very strong tool for indicators on how you truly feel about certain things, okay? That's emotional intelligence. With that being said, not to make this video too long, let me go ahead and pull a Moonology deck for you all real quick. I'm probably gonna go on a bike ride today, man. I went on a 10-mile bike ride. I really got to get my bike maintenance, man, but I'm not going to lie, man. Things so tight because I'm going through a move. I have like a lot of different, things going in it. I have a lot of, finances going to a lot of different places right now. So I really need to get my bike maintenance soon before I even think about, really doing some long, some longer bike rides, man, because they just opened up the trail back from my crib not too long ago, man, or actually like probably a week ago. And it was closed for a minute. It was closed for a long time because they were doing like a lot of construction and things along those lines. But with that being, okay, which one y'all want me to take? Moon, cold moon, okay. Hold on now. Let me do one more because I feel like I thought too much about that. Guys, show me the card y'all need me to take. All right. This makes sense. Okay. The card that came out is the Moonstone, and it says slow it down. Now, it's funny. This card, you see, it looks just like a day moon because it's during the day and the moon is at its fullest. You know what I'm saying? So after a full moon, it's in a certain cycle, and you see the moon during the day. But that is a synchronicity because I told y'all I was walking and I seen the moon during the day, and I just felt intuitively led to make a video. Full moon, or so illumination, and you see it has all of the other moon cycles around the edges. So it's probably signifying that the current cycle we are in, or because again we're in between the full moon and the new moon, so that's probably representing that cycle that we're in. Again, let me look at it on my phone real quick. I want to say it's like the waning crescent or the waxing. Where are we at? Yeah, we're in a waning crescent phase right now. The waning crescent. Let me actually hold on, because I typed that in my notepad. Give me 1 second. Let me bring some up for you all. So the waning crescent is the last phase, 10th day until night before the new moon. Look back and gratitude. Don't make any big decisions or start new projects during this time. Closure and reflection is needed. Gratitude for the cycle. Reflect on your accomplishments during the past month and mistakes, rituals, and gratitude and relaxation as well. So make sure you all are relaxing because, again, when you come out that full moon phase, you're definitely going to have a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You're going to have a lot of re-energized energy. So that's why I was telling you to rest so you can properly channel that energy. And let me see what else. Definitely stay in gratitude every day. I kind of told you all how I start my day off. Just in case you haven't, when I wake up, before I grab my phone, I first of all, I acknowledge the divine, source, God, whatever you want to call it. I'll say, hey, first of all, grand rising to my divine, to my angels and ancestors, most aligned with my highest good and my most authentic self, universe, source, God, et cetera, et cetera. And then I say 5 things that I'm thankful for, and what I desire to feel that day, what I desire to accomplish that day. And another thing is, it says reflect on accomplishments. Sometimes I struggle with this. You know what I'm saying? You have to appreciate the small accomplishments or look how far you've come. Like, honestly, at certain times, just reflect on how far you've come. You may not be where you desire to be, but you're definitely not where you came from. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely not in that phase anymore. So again, celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you celebrate that. Celebrate every day as if you are already where you desire to be. That is the key. The key is to act and be, right? Being, because we're human beings. Be as if you are already in that energy. Be as if you are already successful. And when you do that, you use the law of attraction, literally inevitable. You use the law of attraction and it's coming to you faster because you're already on that frequency. You know what I'm saying? So again, reflect, rest, show gratitude is the big things when it comes to the waning crescent cycle. Let me go ahead and read from this guidebook for you all real quick. And we're going to be out of here. You already know. Let me see. Moonstone. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. Moonstone, slow it down. The heart wants what the heart wants, and it wants it when it wants it. Period. But the timing isn't always right. Maybe you want something before the other person is ready for it, or vice versa. Suffice to say that you may need to slow things down. This isn't just about patience. Remember also, the definition of patience, it is not the ability to wait, okay? Patience is the ability to stay positive in the midst of change. That is patience. It's about actively slowing down. Stop pushing too hard. Go with the universal flow. Be strong and shine your light. Focus on what you want and not on what you don't want. You are stronger than you know. The situation you are asking about is fertile. Be graceful as you wait without trying to force anything or anyone. Trying to rush a person or a situation isn't likely to work out for you right now. So do what you can to take a step back. You might like to hold a moonstone while you meditate now to help you stay patient and allow events to unfold. This is a subliminally feminine stone that has strong associations with the moon. Explore your goddess energy. Stay strong and centered in your own power instead of dissipating your energy, focusing on what you can't control. Additional meanings for this card: pregnancy or birth, right? And it doesn't mean a literal child, because I know some of y'all are dramatic as fuck. You don't need you don't need to be super dramatic, because I can relate, because I used to be like that, right? But it doesn't mean it needs to be a physical child. The pregnancy or birth can be an idea. It can be a concept. It could be a system. It could be your business. It could be anything. A promotion. Shout out to my people about to get promoted. Shout out to my guy Blaze, because I told him he's gonna get promoted, and I know it's coming up soon. But with that being said, love is coming into your life in any shape, form, or fashion. Talk to a female mentor. Calm down. Make sure y'all meditate. Breathe out and relax. It's funny because I told you all to breathe out because of that vagus nerve between your heart and your mind. It helps you calm down. That's definitely a confirmation for y'all. About this symbol, moonstone is a truly luminous crystal. It's strong and it knows that all things come to those who wait. Remember, all great things come to those who wait, right? With that being said, confirmation for y'all. I don't know if y'all heard my watch. That's actually perfect timing. But sending y'all positive energy, man. Sending y'all mad love. You know, all great vibes from me. I need a moonstone too. So if anyone collects crystals or has crystals, hey man, if you got a moonstone, let me get that. Let me get that. But with that being said, man, you already know this is your man David G. Sending y'all again positive love. Sending y'all all the positive energy, great vibes. Make sure you all drink your water. Health is wealth. Y'all know I got my water right here. Oh, also, real quick, water is an intelligence. Now, I don't want to hear y'all say that you know this already, because no the fuck you don't know it. Yeah, you may know it, but you may know it to an extent, but what are you doing? When I ask a question, how are you practically applying this information? And you can't answer the question, then no, you do not know. I don't care what you say, right? I'm going to give y'all an experiment real quick. You better do it. You better do it. And let me know what happens. Take a bowl or a cup of water. I personally recommend a bowl because the width and the circumference of the bowl is larger. So it gives the, you'll understand why I'm telling you this. Use a bowl, pour water in there, right? Okay. When you pour the water in there, say something to the water that like you desire, or say how you feel. Say what you, again, desire, what you feel, or just say what's on your mind. Water literally holds and transfers data. Literally. It's an intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you the truth. I would not lie to y'all. I'm telling you, I tried this experiment myself. Okay. I'm actually going to do it as soon as I get done with this video because I never get tired of it. I only did it twice. You know what I'm saying? And I actually have 2 videos proving this shit. So say something to the water that you desire. I know some of y'all looking at this shit like, why would I talk to water? Just fucking do it. You talk to people you don't want to talk to half of the time anyway. So you might as well talk to something that actually cares, right? It's an intelligence. So talk to the water, what you desire, how you feel, whatever it may be. You put it in the freezer, right? You come back the next day and the water is going to form something based off of what you said. So for example, I'm going to give you what happened to me. What I did was like, I spoken to him like, yo, I feel like I'm a true star in this universe, period. That's just how I feel. And I have a lot to give. The picture that popped up was not a star, but it was 2 mountains, right? And it had like a crack at the top for a skyline. And you know what that told me? You're more than a star. You're the whole fucking universe. Hence us creating our reality. Y'all probably get that later. With that being said, do that experiment, try it. And I'm telling you, it's up from there. But with that being said, drink your water. Health is wealth, man. Sending y'all positive vibes. First of the month is May 1st. You already know. Manifest positive energy. Keep putting out positive energy. And shout out to my Taurus gang. It's still Taurus season. So happy birthday to my dope Taurus gang, man. I love y'all. And y'all already know, man. We out. Gang.